A new service from NHS Digital improves the collection of primary care data, that's your GP records, and makes it available for better planning of healthcare services and for use in medical research. Now, some people don't like that. Can you opt out from your data being used for that purpose? Whether you can opt out from the NHS sharing your anonymised data for analytics and research purposes is a question I'm asked from time to time on my LBC show. GP data has been collected for more than 10 years through something called the General Practice Extraction Service. It's an old technology, it's creaking a bit at the seams. And in May 2021, the NHS announced that the General Practice Extraction Service was being replaced from July 2021 with a new updated service called the General Practice Data for Planning and Research, GPDRP. I imagine it's no coincidence it sounds so similar to GDPR, and that allows faster access to pseudonymised patient data for planners and researchers. Now, that struck me as a good time to do this video and explain what your rights are. Also, let me add, this video applies to NHS England. I'm not qualified to talk about this for the other constituent parts of the UK, and I believe the situation might be different. Before I explain whether and how you can opt out, I hope you'll forgive me for saying this. Please don't. Anonymised patient data is used by NHS organisations and researchers to help run and improve health services. It's also used to research and develop cures for serious illnesses. For example, it was critical in the University of Oxford's recovery trial, which identified that treatment with dexamethasone improves the chances of survival for people hospitalised with serious cases of COVID-19. Your neighbour, or the gossipy man behind the till in the greengrocer, isn't going to find out that you suffer from piles or that you were treated for anxiety last year. Any data which identifies an individual is pseudonymised and then encrypted before it leaves your GP practice. NHS Digital does not collect your name or where you live, and any other data that could identify you, such as NHS number, your postcode or your date of birth, is replaced with unique codes which are produced by de-identification software before the data is sent from your GP to NHS Digital. Now, NHS Digital will use the data itself and also share it with organisations who have a legal basis for analysing it and who meet strict criteria to use it, mainly for public health, research and commissioning purposes. That's something like how many doses of a particular medicine are needed to be ordered 12 months in advance. The new service has been designed to meet the most rigorous privacy and security standards. It is, I think, a good thing. Having said all that, if you want to opt out, you are legally entitled to do so. The first thing I want to emphasise is please don't opt out via a website that charges you money. Dozens of these have sprung up containing terrifying and often inaccurate messaging about what might happen if your data is misused. Don't use them. They may be well-meaning, but you can opt out yourself without paying anyone a fee. Now, there are two ways to opt out. I'll put the link to both in the notes below. The first way, known as a Type 1 opt-out, is to stop NHS Digital collecting your data in the first place. Now, to do that, you have to opt out with your GP practice. Type 1 opt-outs were introduced in 2013, and if you've already opted out, you don't need to do it again. There is a chance, says the NHS, that Type 1 opt-outs may be discontinued in the future because of the evolving technology, and that NHS Digital will introduce its own separate opt-out system. If that happens, anyone who's already registered a Type 1 opt-out will be told and invited to do the new type of opt-out. Now, just before I show you how to do a Type 1 opt-out, if you don't mind, can I ask you to subscribe to this channel if you'd like to hear about regular explainer guides on your legal rights? You know why I'm asking. Partly for the YouTube algorithm, and partly because I get a buzz out of seeing numbers go up. So please subscribe and click the notify bell. To do a Type 1 opt-out, that's the one that stops your GP surgery passing your data to NHS Digital, you just fill in a form. And I'll include a link to the hard copy of the form, which you can print and deliver by hand in the notes below. Given the new system is introduced on the 1st of July 2021, the NHS is recommending you opt out. You do your Type 1 opt-out by the 23rd of June 2021, a week before, to allow your surgery a week to process the form. That's if you don't want your data to be shared once the new digital system goes live. Remember, if you've done it already, you don't need to do it again. But if you opt out later, so if you opt out after the 1st of July 2021, that's not a problem, and your surgery won't share any new information, although the information already passed to NHS Digital in pseudonymised form will continue to be used by them for analysis and research purposes. It does go out of date very, very quickly though. The second type of opt-out allows NHS Digital to collect your data and use it internally, but it stops NHS Digital sharing that data with any other organisation, such as independent research bodies. That could be something like the University of Oxford's recovery trial, which I mentioned a few minutes ago. Now, strangely, this isn't called a Type 2 opt-out. Rather, it's called a National Data opt-out. You need to fill out an online form, and again, I'll put a link in the notes below. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you like it but you don't want to subscribe, maybe say thank you by clicking the like button or sharing it on your social media. I'm Barrister Daniel Barnett. You can hear me on LBC Radio every Saturday evening at 9 o'clock. Here's another video you might like, and in the meantime, stay safe. Bye bye.